Alright, so welcome to episode 4 of Study Acupuncture with me. First, I just want to say thank you all for the support because I can see that the community is really growing on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube as well. So if you haven't already, please hit that like button below if you're liking what you're seeing, and while you're at it, just hit subscribe so you don't miss any of these weekly videos. So today we're going to dive into the high yield points on the heart, small intestine, urinary bladder, and kidney. So we're going to focus on their cautions and contraindications, as well as some of the keywords in their indications and point theories. So my tip to you would be to make this video full screen, take screenshots and pause as we go along, and take notes. So let's dive right in. First, what I want to do is do a reminder that going to the NCCAOM website and looking at the exam content outline while you study is super important. One of the primary sources is Deadman. Deadman is a great book, also a great online resource and app. They actually recently just updated their application as well. And just to give you a little preview of what it looks like, there's an online edition where you can go and see all the channels and look at their point locations, their indications, and even look at a video on how to find the points. Another app that I use is Human Anatomy Atlas that I use to cross-train my point location. These, I'm not sponsored by any of this, but I think these are really helpful apps to use. This is a look at the NCCAOM website with the exam content outline here, and this is the 9 pages of the acupuncture point location exam content outline. So, and that's the Deadman one. So, heart meridian. 4 high yield points is heart 1, heart 2, heart 3, and heart 7. So heart 1, this is located with the patient's arm abducted. You can ask the patient to put his or her hand on the back of her head. You would slide your finger up the outside of their rib cage between the two muscles, pec major and latissimus dorsi, and you would slide right up into their armpit at the highest point. And the caution for this point is the axillary artery. And if you go too medial, if you go too medially into the chest, you can puncture the lung. We have heart 2, which is 3 soon proximal to the transverse cubital crease. And we know that from the axillary fold to the transverse cubital crease, it's 9 soon. So that means this heart 2 is 6 soon from the axillary fold and 3 soon from the transverse cubital crease. The caution there is the brachial artery. We have heart 3. Heart 3 is a hussy point. It's also the water point. It's midway between PC3 and the medial epicondyle. And this is a great point for calming the spirit. It's the water point, hussy point, and heart is a fire channel, so it's great for draining heat. And then lastly, we have heart 7. Heart 7 is the shoestream, right? It's also the urine source, and it's the earth point. It is at the wrist joint. It's on the radial side of the flexor carpi ulnaris tendon, which is innervated by the ulnar nerve, and it's in the depression just proximal to the pisiform bone. So now we have the first time we're going to do the Study Acupuncture with Me gem, and we're going to go over heart 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So heart 5, the keywords and gems from this point is that it tonifies qi, it's a lull connecting point, and it goes to the tongue. That's why it is good for aphasia. Chapter 17 in CAM, there's the wind stroke syndrome. And if you go under tense, and especially under aphasia and stiffness of the tongue, heart 5 is included there. Do 15 is also included there also. Heart 6 is a Qi cleft. It nourishes the heart yin, and it's specifically good for night sweating. We have heart 7. Heart 7 we saw as a urine source point. It nourishes heart blood. So in etiologies of insomnia, we can use heart 7. Heart 8 is the yin spring, which is a fire point, so we know that it clears heat. So if you see any heart heat symptoms, such as like a red tongue tip, heart 8 is the answer. Heart 9 is our Jing well, so it opens up the heart orifices. Next, we have some more gems. This is a gem that I really like in referencing our Jing well, our Ying spring, our Shu stream, our Jing river, and our He. And the mnemonic is, my friends are all idiots. So my Jing well, it's good for mania. Friends, the F in Ying spring is for fire. Shu stream, it's good for arthritis or chronic conditions. Jing river, asthma or cough, anything lung related, voice related. And He, idiots, the I is for intestine, so any intestinal issues. So the mnemonic again is, my friends are all idiots, mania, fire, arthritis, asthma, intestines. All right, so next we have the small intestine meridian. Small intestine meridian, we have small intestine 8, 13, 17, 18, and 19 as the more high yield points. So small intestine 8, this one's called Xiao Hai. It's located at the elbow, so it's a He, and it's the earth point of the small intestine channel. It's actually located in this depression here between the tip of the olecranon process and the tip of the media epicondyle. So what's located there is the ulnar nerve. Then we have small intestine 13. Small intestine 13 is located halfway between SI10 and the spinous process of T2. And it's located just superior to the medial end of the scapular spine. So cautionary here is to puncture the lung. Next we have small intestine 17. Small intestine 17 is best needled right between the angle of the mandible and the anterior border of the sternocleidomastoid. We have next small intestine 18, which is actually right below the outer canthus, and it's in a depression in the lower border of the zygomatic arch. And moxa is generally contraindicated for this point. Lastly, we have small intestine 19, which is the palace of hearing. And this point is located with the mouth open. These pictures are taken from Deadman. So this is the point with the mouth closed. You needle with it open so that the mandible will slide forward and reveal this depression. Alright, next onto the urinary bladder. So for urinary bladder 1 through 7, moxa is contraindicated. For 11 to 21 and 41 to 50, which is like the inner and outer shoe lines, we have risk of puncturing the lung. And then 22, 23, 51, and 52, it's caution to puncture the kidneys. So we have 22, which is Sanjiao shoe. It's the back shoe of the Sanjiao, and it's located 1.5 sun lateral to the lower border of L1. And then 23, which is right below that, 1.5 sun lateral to the lower border of L, spinous process of L2. And both of these is caution to puncture the kidney. 51 and 52 is the same. It's just that it's instead of 1.5 sun, it's 3 sun out. And then UB60, which is called Kunlun. And today someone joined our Study Acupuncture Facebook group, and I noticed that they work at Kunlun Acupuncture Clinic, which I thought was a cute name. So Kunlun is the Jing River. It's the fire point of the bladder channel. It's located behind the ankle joint, between the lateral malleolus and the Achilles tendon. And this one is contraindicated in pregnancy. And lastly, we have the kidney meridian. So the kidney meridian, kidney 11 to 13, they're all located half a sun lateral to the midline. So depending on if you count from the umbilicus or you count from the pubic symphysis, I count from the pubic symphysis, it's a lot easier. Kidney 11, 11, 1, 1, is right at the superior border of the pubic symphysis. Then you just go 1 up. So 12, kidney 12 is 1 cun superior, 13 is 2 cun superior. So 11 to 13, caution is deep needling could penetrate the full urinary bladder. Then 14 through 20, they're half a cun, but they could penetrate the peritoneal cavity. Kidney 16 is a point to know because it is half a cun lateral to the center of the umbilicus. Kidney 21 is still half a cun from the center, and it's right next to Ren 14, and it's 6 cun up from the umbilicus. It actually isn't until kidney 22 that the meridian moves from 0.5 cun from the midline to 2 cun from the midline, right at the 5th intercostal space. With kidney 22 being in the 5th intercostal space. So kidney 22, you can either puncture the lung or the liver. And then kidney 22 to 27, you can puncture the lung with deep needling. Alright, so that's our episode for today. I didn't want to make it too long, but we went over the heart, small intestine, urinary bladder, and kidney. We went over some gems, and I really hope that they helped. Please, again, click that like button, that would really help. Hit subscribe if you hadn't already, and just comment below if there's any topics, anything that you really want to see done in a video format. And we'll see you next time.